All right. Who needs me to have a microphone?
Nobody.
No, we're good?
What?
Shut up, Craig. Welcome to Bonehead. And not only we gotta thank the Greers for this, but not only do we gonna thank the Greers for this, we have Ghostbusters. Come on stage.
I'll do what I was doing before.
All right.
Which direction do I need to go this
Let's
way?
go that way, and then we'll put the Ghostbusters here in the middle.
You gotta watch Joe. He may try to do things. It's okay. We're handsy ourselves. Good. So you think we catch things?
Is that a PKE meter, or are you just happy to see me?
Yes.
That was the world's worst joke, and nobody laughed, thank God.
Somebody did. I heard it. Give him an award.
All right, there's no room for the fat guy to sit.
I made it in. I made it in, Joe.
All right, thank you so much. What is going on? Welcome, Ghostbusters. Thank you all so much for coming. Do you guys want to introduce yourselves? It's usually this short.
I'm Peacock.
What did you say? It's a PG-13 show, dude.
Peacock.
Oh, Peacock. Right, thank you, John. We got a microphone down there. Let's try moving that one around.
Yeah, talk to this one, dude.
I'm Jason LePage, affectionately known as Fletch.
Don't call him that. That's my Fletch. I'm John Good. How you doing? Good to see you. Thanks for coming out.
All right, cool. Now, so really quick before we get started, you guys dress up like Ghostbusters, but you don't just do it because you get your kicks that way. Why do you guys do it?
We actually raise money for the Kentucky Children's Hospital. Yeah.
Why the Kentucky Children's Hospital? So how much have you raised today?
$1 million.
$1 million. No, seriously. So I always have people come up to me and they may not know cons, and God knows I've known too many cons.
Nobody's come up to you ever.
You, when you want something sexy.
That's not true.
That's not true. And they say things like this, and they make fun of us, and then but I look to people like the Western Ghostbusters, and I look at the 501, and all the joy and the money that they bring to the children's hospitals. And isn't that a good thing, right?
Absolutely.
That's absolutely taking your passion and making it into something that makes the world a better, brighter place. And I say, all go for that. Now we're done sucking up. And by the way, can you go a little lower? Yeah, he's a chubby chaser. Not just a ghost chaser. So, Chad, it's your turn. Take it over. What are we about to do?
All right, so I figured that it's only fitting that we're at Comic Con, so today's topic is lame-ass superheroes.
Now, so that you guys know this, the Ghostbusters know, John doesn't know, Chad knows, and I don't know what's on this list. So what you're about to witness is us actually arguing.
So, when people talk about comic books, you always hear Spider-Man, Batman, Superman.
Who are those people?
Booster Gold. Should you be on here since you don't read comics? I don't read comics. Okay. How many people actually have read a comic book on this panel?
In the audience.
Okay. How about in the audience? How's that I call bullshit on at least somebody, one person?
Do you guys find it funny that I don't read comics? Because it's true also, I'm not a gamer.
He's a phony.
I'm a big fat phony.
Yep.
To which part?
All the
All
above.
the above.
All the above.
Who put the Scarefest things up here? As if I didn't know.
That's not me.
I'm sorry, the owner.
Scarefest? What's that?
The owner of Scarefest is also in the audience. They're going to have Bruce Campbell and Ted Raimi this September.
I also have about 15 different people on my request list.
That's
I'll
okay.
get with you later.
Anyway, so go ahead.
So we talk about great superheroes all the time, but we never talk about all the bad ones that exist. And we're going to cover a few of those. So for starters, I'm going to ask a question.
Yes.
So when you think of superpowers, Joe, what's the first superpower that comes to your mind?
The ability to lose weight.
That's not true. Fail miserably at that one, don't you?
Yeah, I failed miserably at all of them. Keep going.
What about you guys?
Super strength.
Flying. Flying.
That's a good one.
Weight.
I'm with Joe. Losing weight.
Losing I don't know, the ability to X-ray vision.
Okay. Well, how about a sentient digestive system?
Like my stomach talks to me.
A probiotic.
So our first hero is... that was funny because some guy was supposed to show up. He didn't show up.
Yeah, Bryce O'Connor.
Maggot.
Maggot.
So who the hell is Maggot?
So Maggot, he was first, yeah.
Yeah.
So in the X-Men, X-Men are pretty much any superpower you can think of. So they eventually came up with the sentient digestive system. So Maggot actually was first featured in the Uncanny X-Men 345 in 1997. And he was created by Scott Lobdell and Ben Robb.
It just screams 90s.
Did you really know that, dude?
There's everything about this picture is 90s and some stupid kids out here.
No, there's no kids.
That's some stupid nonsense they would have come up with in the 90s.
Is it the word nonsense that you didn't want to hear the kids to hear?
Yeah, because I will not stand that fucking kind of language.
I changed it right there.
Every PG-13 there went on one fuck.
That was it.
You gotta remember, there's like 1.5 billion X-Men characters, so at a certain point, they're just throwing darts at the board. Like, they have a super colon.
Yeah.
What do we do with that? I don't know, figure it out.
So is this bastard basically Greek yogurt?
No, so
His real name is, right?
his real name is Yafet.
As in Kodo?
Sure.
The actor?
No, yeah.
Alien.
Homicide like
I'm the only one
Running Man,
running man that's true.
but his last name's unknown.
What are the things on his shoulders? Is this like his pet maggots?
Those aren't, so I'm getting there.
Okay, so.
No.
He just told you to shut up, dude.
No. He's South African, and
Ghostbusters, leave him
a
alone.
little side note. They really wanted to make him as authentic as he could, so the writer, Scott Lobdell, actually just got a slang South African book of African slangs and wrote those in. That was his whole dialogue.
That's gonna work out real well.
It's pretty smart. Okay.
But no, so as a youth, he had these horrible stomach pains and then a teenager, Magneto, ripped out those two maggots out of his digestive system.
Because they're made of metal?
They're actually
Magneto was able to pull them out.
they're actually techno-organic slugs.
Because of course they are, because it's sex, right?
Techno-organic slugs.
Would you like to guess their names? Because they do have names.
Yes.
Flotsam and Jetsam.
Close. Eenie and Meanie.
What happened to Bonnie and Mo?
Larry and Curly?
So the slugs would leave Maggot's body and devour any form of matter they could obtain. After wrapping up their feast, they would then re-enter Maggot's body and grant him enhanced strength and durability.
This is stupid.
Hold on, real quick. Come on in. Come down front. Yeah.
You've already missed the best part, I'm sorry.
The first 3 rows are the splash zone, just be aware of that.
But there's really no...
Joe gets excited easily.
Yeah.
We have Magneto maggots.
Magneto maggots, you're all caught up.
They also have the side effect of turning his skin blue, and if the maggots ever lost contact with Eenie or Meanie, he would die of starvation.
Good for him.
Now there's actually been several different incarnations of maggot.
Really?
Yes.
Brought that one back.
There is this one.
Different kind of flies on it. He was in a movie somewhere.
No, sadly. But he's also been known to have blue skin, and he's also been a hulking mass of a figure with 2 gigantic maggots crawling on his shoulders like you see.
You got that one? Put that one up there.
Do the two maggots turn into Mothra? Is that what this is?
No, they literally, they leave his digestive system, they attack whatever's in front, devour it, then re-enter him and give him enhanced powers.
But they never actually turn into big flies.
They never turn into anything.
Can we move on to the next
It feels like this is less of a superpower and more of a thing you need to get a shot for before you leave the country.
This is what you get from eating like gas station sausage.
In
Like,
fact, those things are actually,
I did gas station sausage,
Just this one.
but it was my way to get through college.
and this is why he never got his degree.
Joe's nickname is gas station sausage. Now you know.
Oh, my middle name wasn't Glory Hole for nothing.
So we're ready to move on to the second one?
Oh my God, I'm so ready to move on.
John, hold yourself. Matter Eater Lad.
You jerk.
All right.
Why is he a jerk?
Matter-Eater Lad is one of my favorite characters for real.
Why?
For real?
Because he eats anything.
I think he can eat golf clubs.
Are all these characters
He's not
got
limited.
some kind of
He can
digestive?
Okay, so the first three, there's an ongoing theme.
Oh no, we've run 2 people off. We miss you. We have stickers for the end.
Come back, it gets better.
If you'd have just made it to the end, we would have gave you Scarefest cards.
Can't get any worse.
$400.
All right.
We almost had it.
So,
They were so embarrassed. Good.
Swapped it out. We only lost one.
Go ahead.
so sorry, John, but yeah, he's Matter-Eater Lad has ranked as one of the worst superheroes on many lists. So I couldn't not include him.
All right, what's this guy's real name?
I paid $50 for this, for the original artwork of this character.
Hold on.
That's a fan, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Wait till you hear his real name.
There's an F
Sorry.
word.
Oh, I'm sorry.
If it's fan.
I actually don't have his real name, but wait till you hear the planet he's from.
His real name is Tenzel Kem, and he's from the planet Bismol.
Bismol.
Are you lying? This is your favorite?
No, it's not my favorite, but it's been one of them. Top 10, top 20 maybe.
Top 20.
All right, we got 2 more.
Was he creator design advertising?
Let that sink in. The planet
Bismol.
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 So, Matter-Eater Lad.
You guys are shitting me, right? Seriously, it's not Planet
No, that's in the comic lore.
So Matter-Eater Lad was actually in, they were in DC's version of like the X-Men, the Legion of Superheroes.
On the moon of Kaopectate.
He's like he was the 13th member of the Legion of Superheroes.
Him and Captain Rolex, right?
Yeah.
Actually, the
He's right behind Major Tones.
Major Tom.
He was first featured in Adventure Comics 303, and he's actually created by Jerry Siegel.
Wow.
I mean, he did
Damn,
nothing else,
Jerry,
right?
Like we've
Nothing
fallen,
else.
haven't we?
Hey, Chad,
Yeah.
I've got the issue.
What's that?
303.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Damn, that's impressive.
You just looked that.
Probably about 4 or 5.
I know grades. Kiss my
You
ass.
guys try to. But next time you say kiss your ass, try to say it in the
Oh,
microphone.
well, I'm on it.
But if you haven't guessed from our banter, his power is eating. He can eat any matter, solid, liquid, or gas.
What?
In unlimited quantities and at a super fast pace.
Who the hell eats gas?
Nobody can eat gas.
Somebody who's behind me on the steps after I had Arby's.
Hold on. Gentlemen, would you like to hear his origin story?
Yes. No. Hold on. Do you all want to hear his origin story?
You guys.
Well,
I
damn.
want to know how long
Nope,
it took
we'll let
you to
Chad do it.
research all
He's
this.
already ruined
It
everything.
took me a solid week.
Yes.
We have a question.
Does he predate Pepto-Bismol?
No.
Which came first? The chicken or the egg? Pepto or the Bismol?
It was an advertisement.
Yeah, it was. I think Jerry Siegel was trying to get as much money as he could because he didn't get the Superman dollars if you know the history.
Poor guy.
Like, my question is, how is this guy really going to help you in a fight, though? Like,
He will
here,
beat
let me
somebody.
eat this.
Oh.
I don't...
He's gonna eat that person.
Oh, we're gonna get there.
Oh,
We are gonna get there, gentlemen.
Sometimes you can't get a bomb. Just eat it.
Oh, this is going so well. All right, tell us the story, Chad.
So, as mentioned, he came from the planet Bismol. This planet consisted of microbes that made all food inedible. Through evolution and sheer force of will, the inhabitants of the planet developed the ability to eat all other matter.
Sheer force of will. I will eat this rock, and it will be delicious.
One of Matter-Eater Lad's biggest feats is he saved the planet from annihilation by eating out a large meteor.
Oh, wow.
He hollowed it out.
Good guy.
However, this is not his biggest claim to heroism.
There's more?
There's more.
It's gas station sausage.
His biggest claim to
No,
fame.
go ahead.
No, his biggest claim to fame came when he ate the indestructible. Let me try that again. The indestructible miracle machine.
He ate a machine that performs miracles?
And was
indestructible.
indestructible.
How does that help?
John, do you know anything about the miracle machine?
Explain this nonsense.
The miracle
Here, there's the
machine was,
microphone. Somebody stick that in their face.
Don't eat it though.
the miracle machine kind of was what it explains. It could do things that, are almost unimaginable. And then when he ate it, he actually went insane.
Yes.
Was kind of locked up by a character called Brainiac 5, who was another member of the same group, who was currently on the Supergirl series.
They opened for the Jackson 5.
To what? Too soon?
But that character character is currently on the Supergirl series on CW.
Brainiac 5?
Yes.
Well, where the hell does Matter Eater get in there? Did you do that right? Was that right?
He probably had Matter Eater.
No,
It's not bad Matter Eater.
I like mine better.
I just like yours better too.
Does he gain the ability of the stuff he eats? 'Cause that could be fun. That'd be
No.
fun.
No, he just
He just eats.
He becomes a golf club after he eats.
Are we ready? Are we done with this one?
Is there more? We can do like 5 more minutes.
John, is there anything else you want to talk about Matter Eater Line since you're the historian?
No, we can move on.
John's already playing with his device.
All right, so this is the third in the eating trilogy. So number 3 on our list, Fat Man.
Yes.
So
Where do we get the green suit?
Diabetes!
So if you notice something about Fat Man's costume, we'll get into that in a minute. So Fat Man was created in 1996 for the short-lived Lightning Comics.
More 90s shit.
He was created by Otto Bender and C.C. Beck. If those names sound familiar to any comic book nerds, they are the inventor of Captain Marvel, not the Brie Larson, the Shazam.
Shazam. The real original actually by Marvel. Marvel out here.
What are you guys getting upset about?
Grit has a love affair with the Carol Danvers version of Captain Marvel, and he has been taking shit from us pretty much the whole weekend so far.
It's been about.
Because he doesn't read comics, so he just knows the movies, so he's a casual fan, so he would give
You still got 2 days left.
That's right.
Ooh, casual fan. That's like calling somebody a
What? I was going to say something. It was really nasty was what I was going to say.
That's a good ad.
I did stop, yeah. All right, we got some kick-ass grannies. I didn't want to offend them.
That's right.
How you doing?
I think they've heard it before.
So what's so fascinating about Fat Man?
I don't know. I'll live it, dude.
He actually has 3 identities. So let's go into the first one.
Personality disorders, okay?
So his first one is Van Crawford. Van Crawford was a wealthy man who had an extensive knowledge over such subjects as bird watching and martial arts. The only thing that was bigger than Crawford's intellect was his waist size. Crawford, as obviously, was very fat. He used his weight to fight crime as his alter ego, Fat Man.
That's what I do.
You use it to fight your feelings.
So those are his first 2 identities. Let's get into his third. So his third identity came into play when he came upon a mysterious alien who greeted him with a chocolate malt. This chocolate malt gave him a new superpower. He became Fat Man, the human flying saucer.
Oh, he does have a picture of that.
I haven't got that power yet. Somebody go grab us some chocolate malts.
So,
Every time I meet an alien, there's a pro. Why does he get a chocolate malt?
And it turns him into a flying saucer.
and a master of martial arts and loved birds, and
Right.
he went with Fat Man.
Yes. And then he met an alien.
But I get that, but like, okay, like if you were rich and a martial artist and had a fascination with bats, you would call yourself Skinny Man, right?
Aviary man.
Bird Man. He went with Fat Man.
This is what happens when a fat guy and an alien love each other. Peacock, that's where flying saucers come from.
Oh.
I was gonna wait till you were a little older to have this talk with you, but now's the time, I guess.
I know.
However, his fat was also his weakness. I should mention that. Because he actually
Diabetes.
he actually got so
Lost a toe.
he actually got so fat that he actually could not fly as the flying saucer.
Oh man.
He had to go on an exercise program to lose weight. That was, in his short-lived comic book career, that was his biggest obstacle.
Well,
It's my biggest obstacle.
Chad, how is feeding of a chocolate malt going to help that problem then?
The alien was also a bastard.
Literally.
Like literally, like a Jon Snow bastard, or like.
For you Game of Thrones fans.
Yeah, we got.
All right, so
So, one little note about Fat Man. He actually is a ripoff of Captain Marvel. The key people who created him were the creators of Captain Marvel, and this Lightning Comics gave him the opportunity to do a spoof of him. So that's why he has the same cape. The color scheme is the same, except it's green. That's my one little tidbit about
Did
Batman.
someone else in the Marvel family end up with a green suit like that too? Because there's like Mary Marvel and
We will be exploring that topic
okay.
later.
Oh, get there. Okay.
That's where I'm hard.
All right. What's the next one?
Okay, so this is a personal one for me. A deep, deep hatred. He actually doesn't show up on any list as being one of the worst, but I hate him. So I included him.
I hate him too.
You know he's not real, right?
Triathlon. AKA the 3D man. And they're real to me.
What the hell is a 3D man?
Aren't we all 3D men?
I was just gonna say, isn't he already in 3D? There's how? No.
Is it the glasses?
He
He has the superpower to walk with 3D glasses on. Is that
You're
it?
very close. Very, very close.
These are awful. Good job.
Thank you. So, Triathlon, aka 3D Man, first appeared in Avengers #8 in September 1st, 1998. He was created by Kurt Busiek and George Perez. He's also known as 3D Man.
Did you say
Did
98?
you say 98 or 88?
98.
What's your phrase?
More than 90s nonsense. I love the 90s, don't get me wrong. It's the greatest decade in human history. I mean, we're talking millions of years. 90s was it, but it's ridiculous.
I don't think he has enough pouches to be a 90s character.
Yeah, wait till you hear his powers.
Oh, okay.
So his powers are superhuman strength, durability, speed, agility, reflexes, and jumping at the levels of exactly a 3 times a normal human being.
It should be 3X-Man, not 3D.
That is his power.
What the
And also,
power is
he
that?
developed it through religion.
Oh, we have
To
any religious?
teach kids that if you join a cult, you get superpowers, right?
Now, where does the 3D come into play, you may ask?
Yeah.
The goggles, as you mentioned previously. His goggles allow him to see scrolls.
What?
That's it.
Scrolls?
Scrolls.
Okay.
That's it.
Oh, sorry.
Did I say something else?
So you said scrolls. I was like, scrolls that you
I
like.
like reading.
What about super scrolls?
Well, phonics worked on you.
Somebody watched They Live with the glasses and was like, I'm going to give him that power.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right.
And they eventually realized that that was a stupid power.
Eventually.
So they tried to retrofit it.
Oh, God.
So he also developed the ability to see people who were possessed or were evil. That's it.
Like, I got mad at traffic evil, or I'm going to blow up the city evil.
And now this is where I'm going. Now the next fact is this is where Joe Lewis is going to get irritated at me. I actually looked up scientific facts.
Why?
So he is quoted as lifting 2,400 pounds according to Marvel.com. The average strongest human being can lift 586 pounds. That means 3 times that is 1,172 pounds.
Oh, shenanigans.
He is
trials.
bullshit.
That is bullshit.
Utter bullshit, which is why I hate him.
Yeah.
Comments?
That alone.
Keep your math out of my superheroes?
Dude, it isn't real. I love you. It's just not real.
I wrote in all caps and 5 exclamation marks. Science, motherfucker.
So, Chad, you don't have a problem with Superman turning the Earth backwards.
No, I have a problem with 3 times the power and it not being mathematically correct.
But you couldn't pass college algebra if your life depended on
I
it.
got a C, bitch.
C passes.
No, C, not C plus, C minus, C.
C's earned degrees.
That's
I did a special project.
I have a similar story. I did it at community college. I got a C as well.
Special project?
All right, are we done with 3D Man?
Yeah.
Because this is a killer.
Okay.
Hopefully the next one's better.
Captain Marvel.
What about him? Her.
Her. What
What
about
are we talking about?
Which one? That's
Which
my
one?
girl.
Oh, I'm not flipping.
Marvel.
I am not flipping to the next slide. Because when you think of Captain Marvel, you probably think of the new Brie Larson movie or the upcoming, hopefully amazing Shazam. Damn it, DC. The truth is, there are actually at least 20 different variations of that hero with that name. And we are going to cover the dumbest one.
Nice.
So, Captain Marvel.
Oh my god.
Oh, look at that guy.
Broken action figure. That's what happened there.
So, Captain Marvel first appeared in Captain Marvel #1 in April 1966, published by MF Enterprises.
For some odd reason, motherfucker made me laugh.
Some stuff you just can't make up.
Did we do so?
He was created by Carl Burgos. This Captain Marvel is actually a cheap knockoff of the DC Comics version. He even had a sidekick named Billy Baxton.
Whoa.
Really?
Yes.
Whoa.
This one, however, is an android from a planet that was destroyed by nuclear war. He had a wide array of superpowers that included laser vision, flight, sonic blast, etc. Now you can look in the picture. This is where it's also another direct ripoff of the Captain Marvel that's featured in Shazam. His most notable superpower was when he shouted the magical catchphrase, "Split!" His legs, arms, and head would detach from his body. That was his power. The comic books put him in various situations to where that power would be utilized. For example, he was locked in a cage and the key was all the way across the room.
It happens to everybody.
It's a Saturday night.
It's this thingamajig
Yeah.
up there. I don't know if you guys saw that or not. It's this thingamajig right there at the bottom.
But he was popular with the ladies.
Oh, yeah, it does.
Yeah, you'll notice Rain
Nobody else
Man.
knows that.
You will notice Rain Man at the top right-hand corner. That's one of his villains. It's literally a short guy who holds a giant ray gun.
It's Tiny Man.
It's tiny, Doctor. Is it Doctor?
He did, however, have another superpower.
It's Dr. Fate, Tiny Man.
If he yelled the magic word for some reason, Zam, he magically came back together. That's his other power.
Split. What if somebody like taped his mouth shut? He'd never come back together.
So
What if you just had a pair of scissors and cut the cord?
He looks like a G.I. Joe somebody had a rough Saturday with.
exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna do this.
I can see the cords.
Isn't that a cord there?
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. I can't tell. Yeah.
I think that's actually just a drawing to indicate that his legs are flying off at super fast speed.
So it's not like you push the button and it all comes back
Yeah.
together.
I'm sticking with a cord, brother.
So a brief background of MF Enterprises, which is funny how they have that name. They actually ripped off everything DC did at the time. And at the time, it was Timely Comics. So here's some of the villains that Captain Marvel fought. Plastic Man.
Heard of him.
Dr. Fate.
What's Dr. Fate, dude?
He's a DC hero, Joe.
Okay. Thank you for clearing that right the hell up.
You're welcome.
He's the guy that said thingamajigs.
So Dr. Fate was he's the Doctor Strange of the DC world. If that helps you out.
That gold helmet.
Another one of his villains was Bat. Want to guess what he dressed like?
Subtle.
Yeah.
A fish.
And then this is where they tried not to make it so obvious. Professor Doom and Colonel Cold.
I kind of like Adam Jaw there.
Where they got that from?
And as you can see, Dr. Fate is a guy in a wheelchair. That's the guy in the lower right-hand corner.
See, now I like this guy because this is the first time I've ever seen it, but what I like about it is the fact that his 2 arms and his 2 legs and his head could put up a good fight. But I just want to see his torso flopping around.
No, his torso served no purpose.
Yeah, just kind of like flopping like a fish.
It just hovered. That's all it did. It hovered.
Like, just think about the distraction that would cause his opponents. Like, this flopping fish of a torso, and they're like, what the hell is that?
Have you guys ever seen?
Bam, punch in the face.
It's like the scene in Return of the Living Dead where there's just a torso.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Be reincarnated. All right.
All right, so let's move on to the next one. John, what did you mention earlier on top of Matter Eater Lad before we started talking?
Scream it out, Avengers.
So our next hero,
Well, that whole team was wild.
Doorman.
He has the ability to let you in the club or not, right? Yeah.
Not even that cool. So not only was Doorman a member of the Great Lake Avengers, he first was featured in the West Coast Avengers in July 1989.
He's just working his way downwards, isn't he?
Yeah, it was created by John Byrne. And if you know anything about John Byrne, he is an excellent comic book writer and has many fine comic books out there. But he invented Doorman. So right now I'm shitting on him. So
What the hell did Doorman do?
He created doors, Joe.
He creates doors.
No, he goes from room to room.
The best.
But, in other words, he could disappear over to the room over there. That's his power.
So, sort of. Doorman's main power is he can make himself a door that allows his teammates to not transport to another dimension, space, or to another part of the country. No, Doorman's powers allow them to travel to the very next room.
Wow.
That's it.
How much time does that save as opposed to walking to the next room?
That was exactly. There's one scene where Mr. Fantastic cannot get through, so he becomes a door, and Mr. Fantastic puts his head through a wall, sees what's in there, comes back out. So that's the whole purpose of Doorman.
I feel like this is killing the episode.
What, Doorman?
You know how in Scooby-Doo, they like run between, was that Doorman the whole time?
That was Doorman the whole time.
That's how it
Oh,
works.
yeah, that's true.
He's not the worst.
How did they get from that room to this room? It was Doorman the whole time.
He did have many other powers, though, such as intangibility, death sense, whatever the hell that is.
What's death sense?
I don't know. I didn't look it up because I was too focused on the fact that he was fucking Doorman, Joe.
I am not walking out into this traffic. I have death sense. I shall not eat these razor blades. I
But
have
Matter eater, man.
Yes.
Matter eater would.
matter either would because he's a badass.
See what he does.
Would it go off for gas station sausage?
He'd also eat the gas.
I will take on gas station sausage
He will eat a hole in the wall. Fuck Doorman.
for $3.50.
But he could be intangible.
He could be intangible.
So he just walk through the wall
He
together.
could walk through the wall, but instead he creates a door through his body.
I feel like he's making it
So
unnecessary.
you're walking through him?
You're walking through him. Yeah, he literally, his stomach becomes a door, and you walk through it.
This is
You guys are
like this is really
So
bad.
Joe,
He doesn't actually create a door going whoosh door. No, he becomes the door.
So I feel like there could be, he's not concentrating, and once again,
Oh, wait.
I got my head stuck in Doorman's ass.
Where's the knob?
Oh man, I'm getting ready to make. Damn it, you beat me to my own joke.
You okay? This is what Bonehead delivers.
The second joke is where do you put the keys?
He's got the bacon.
What's with the cape thing?
Well, nothing about this man makes any sense.
Yeah, open that door.
I got my next
Oh,
cosplay. My next cosplay.
You gotta jiggle the knob.
Speaking of jiggling the knob,
The fact that he looks like an uncolored Spider-Man. I mean, everything.
I'm doing this. I'm wearing this outfit next to you. Young and watching on.
You have witnesses now. You don't show up as
you
Doorman.
got time to put it together between
You
now.
can wear the outfit, I just want to see where you put your knob.
It's gonna be the only way any action anytime soon. It's fine.
I'm ready to move on, but I'm really fascinated about Doorman's knob.
So, I say,
Knob!
Creek! I got nothing.
Bourbon after the show.
Hold on.
Stickers.
He's lying, and I got some indigestion.
I mean, we're not giving you bourbon, but this is Kentucky. You should go consume it.
I've got some indigestion here.
I got you covered. Hey Joe, I got you.
Knob. What?
I got you covered.
Woohoo! I brought him cherries.
Have you eaten any of those cherries yet?
No.
Dip into those cherries.
What matter eater lad do?
Are you mad that he was second on the list?
John's still pissed over everything.
You would have lost the post.
That's all right.
So,
And we're still fascinated about Doorman's knob.
Are we done with this knob?
we're done. I'm going to move on to the last one.
Yes.
To work over
So
the
the
knob.
last one's actually a pretty.
That was good.
So the last one's actually a predominantly popular superhero. He's
take.
featured. He was an Avenger. He was actually one of the. I'm sorry, he was a Defender. He fought along Captain America. He's been featured in animated series, Jessica Jones season 2 on Netflix. I'm of course talking about. Control yourself, Joe. The Wizard.
You know, when we were talking about gas station sausage, we had a wizard once.
That was really bad.
Yeah.
All right,
Came up with that all by yourself.
All by
didn't you?
myself. So what did the wizard do?
So he first appeared in USA Comics #1 in August 1941. He was created by Al Iverson. So Wizard's powers are obvious. He runs fast.
He's alive.
That is not obvious.
It's not helping.
That was not where I went when I heard the wizard.
But this isn't why this man is lame. we're going to talk about his origin story. Here we go. This is a direct quote from the comic book. While on a trip to Africa, Robert Frank was bitten by a cobra. Dying, he was saved by a transfusion of mongoose blood. This transfusion gave him the power of super speed and allowed him to become the Wizard.
How fast are freaking mongooses?
Okay, that was the exact question. I've got to ask the audience. So how many of you out there are smart? Okay, that's about what I thought.
They're still here.
They're still here, so no offense. We know our audience. How fast are mongooses? Or do we call them mongeese?
Oh, 20 miles per hour.
20 miles per hour a mongoose can go.
The speed of a moped.
The speed of a lame greyhound.
Okay, so trivia, Joe.
Yeah.
What exactly is a mongoose?
Ricky Tiki Tiki.
Yeah, Ricky Tiki Tavi.
That's the one, yeah.
There you go.
Okay, hold on. You're giving. What was Ricky Tiki Tavi, Joe?
A mongoose. Sorry.
Can you give a description of a mongoose?
Hell
It's
no.
like a scrolly looking right?
A mongoose is basically a badger that looks like it fucked a raccoon.
Raccoon looking guy, yeah.
Back to sausage. A badger that fucked a raccoon.
Right. So this is the second reason why he's lame. His costume. He's given the power through a mongoose, yet his golden helmet has two giant wings sticking out the side and a giant goose head sticking out the front. I couldn't find the exact image that I wanted to use, but yeah, if he turned his head, there would be a long neck, followed by a goose head. Yes, I know I'm making the penis motion, Joe. And I noticed the table's getting a little higher. Not really.
These Ghostbusters are randoms.
Yeah. And here's the third reason.
Let's go both ways.
I know. So do we.
So the third reason is his name is a modern day dialect for pee-pee. Number one, tinkling, wee-wee, making lemonade, brewing Bud Light, draining the lizard, the golden shower, shooting the yellow rainbow, spraying weed
I
killer,
wrote all these down.
watering the plants, putting out the campfire, Minute Maid's revenge, painting the yellow brick road, the Listerine lie,
Hey, Joe, he probably worked on that for an hour.
Yeah.
God's super soaker,
He's not done.
and Chuck Berry's lament.
While we're on that topic, don't cross the street.
All right. The Wizard. Is that the last
That
one?
is the last one on the list.
So, out of all of these, which one did we not get that you all think sucks? Yes.
Arm fall off, boy sucks.
Oh, yeah, that's a bad one.
Arm Fall Off Boy actually is featured in the worst comic book characters of all time. It usually goes Maggot, Mad Reader Lad, Fall Off Arm Boy.
Is that hyphenated? How do they present that?
I think it's arm fall off.
Arm Fall Off Boy, you are correct, I'm sorry.
Isn't that a band?
He's actually a guy who has like a pink crown hat.
No, dude. Seriously, they're a band. They did that shitty Ghostbusters song.
That's Fallout Boy.
What's the difference? All right. What else? Anybody got another one that thinks sucks?
Leather Boy.
Leather
that's
Boy
my
sounds
name.
kinky.
Like a name in college.
Leather Boy.
He was also a member of the Great Lakes Avengers.
All right.
Wizard World does not suck. I will fight you for that.
I could be wrong, but I think it's like Gunman and Bullet Boy. It just has a gun.
They're a team.
There is one that I didn't
Are they
bring
a
up.
duo?
There's a bullet band.
Are they dynamic?
What? Hold on. Gunman and Bullet Boy. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, there is one that I didn't bring up because I didn't think we'd have enough time, which we're almost out of time. Mother Hubbard.
Mother Hubbard.
Set in the cupboard.
Set in a cupboard. But yet in the comic books, Mother Hubbard was was a good fighting, she was a witch.
Okay.
A witch who fought nursery rhyme themed villains.
That's awesome.
Who would be the villains?
Humpty Dumpty was one.
The big bad wolf.
The big bad wolf.
That's not the dumbest thing we've heard today.
Yeah.
Compared to some of those, we can work with that.
Yeah, she was going to be in the middle, but I was like, nah, she doesn't beat Doorman.
I want to know how many of these writers had jobs after they came up with this ridiculous bullshit. shit.
Oh man.
What was
How many of them were still employed after they pitched?
So John Byrne and Kurt Busiek are still modern day comic book writers and have a lot of comic books out now.
I hate to hear
Does
that.
anybody remember the Constrictor? He
Oh
was
my
a
God.
Marvel villain. He was like a dumber version of Omega Red. He had ropes that came out of his fists and he could tighten them around you. The Constrictor, look it up. I'm not making that up.
As we're running out of time, I want to thank you all for coming to Bonehead's first live show. Thank you. It really meant a lot to us.
Thank you, Brandon Griffin.
Actually, I gotta thank Brandon Griffith, who's actually always really been supportive to us and,
No, he's not.
and was scared of us. Thank you all for coming. But before we go, I want to give the Ghostbusters a chance to make some money, and by that I mean make some money for kids. So, guys, can you tell us how they can go down and donate?
Did you say doted?
Donate!
Pretty sure you said doted.
I've been working on this pitch all day long, so if you,
So you have to clap. It's really gonna bother him. So.
no, I've been saying it a lot today, so if you've stopped by the Ghostbusters booth, you've heard me say this, that we are having a ghost hunt game, and for just a minimum $2 donation, you can always donate more, we will give you a ghost busting license, and there are 10 ghosts hidden throughout the convention at vendors. If you find these 10 ghosts, well, if you find 5 ghosts, we give you an extra raffle ticket. You get a raffle ticket just for playing along. But if you find 5 ghosts, you get an extra raffle ticket. If you find all 10 ghosts, you get a third raffle ticket. And then we raffle at different times throughout the day. You don't have to be present to win the raffle, but we just ask that you stop by to check to see if your ticket was drawn. All the ghosts are at vendors, so we're also sending you out on your way to check out different vendors. And the ghosts, I don't think, are hidden too much, but you don't have to search in like bathrooms or behind fountains or.
I was gonna say.
All of the money.
Where does all that money go?
All of that money goes into Gritton's personal account for no, I'm kidding. It goes to the UK Children's Hospital. Every cent of it, we don't keep any of it. We give it back. Well, they give it back. They do reverse trick-or-treating at the hospital. Go around, see the kids, and give the check to the hospital.
So, yeah, thank you. And I'm not taking anything away from them, but if you see the 5-on-1 downstairs, they do the same thing with a lot of that. So give to these charities, help these people out. These guys aren't getting paid for this whatsoever. They're doing it out of their own goodwill, all right?
A quick question. Is Stay Puft one of the ghosts?
Yeah, he's actually the first one we give away. And I was just going to throw in there, we do this for the kids. I actually live in Iowa, so I drive down here for this every year to...
Christ.
Yeah.
No, I think his name is...
Isn't that the less moral Nebraska?
If you've gone to Ohio, keep going. If you've gone to Idaho, that's too far.
All right, guys, thank you all so much. We have stickers up here. We'll be more than happy to give them some stickers to you. Come get them, hand them out to your friends and neighbors. Subscribe to Bonehead. We really appreciate it. Thank you all so much. Peace out. Oh, and go to Scarefest in September and support my buddy Brandon.
We'll be there.
But he keeps all his money.
Thank you.